What is up? What is up? Just the
What's
Betslips
up?
family. We are here to have another podcast day. We are officially affiliated with Fan First Sports Network.
Yeah.
Let's clap it up. Clap it up.
Let's go.
So if you are listening to this for the first time and you hear this, that's the reason why there were ads before we got started today. And that's the reason there's going to be ads a little bit later today in this whole thing. If you're watching this on YouTube for the syndicate, hey, you don't get the ads, but maybe eventually we will.
Maybe.
But we are just the Betslips, and we're going to hit the around the table here. We have 5 of the 6 of us tonight. Kind of crazy to think about that we're kind of a full cast of characters tonight, minus Tommy, who is solo dadding, so he can't join today, unfortunately. Sad out for Tommy. But if you checked out the live from last night, Tommy made a live show, so hey, all good things. But let's go ahead and hit the cast of characters here. To my right, my podcast consigliere, Parker. How we feeling tonight?
I'm feeling good. I'm finally on tonight.
Yeah.
I know it's been a little bit, but I'm back.
Yeah, he's back, and he's better than ever. He even made picks. That's insane. It's a miracle. Didn't make a pick in all of April. He's saying April showers, and I'm going to take the Mayflowers.
Yeah.
And then hopefully it brings pilgrims. Anyway,
well said.
Yes, I took your joke, Pat. You're welcome. To my south is Kel Doggy Dog. Kel, how are we feeling today?
I'm feeling fantastic. To your south, literally, and here as well, but that's neither here nor there. I'm feeling fantastic. My cubbies are rolling. My bankroll, is full, and we're just here to have a day.
I'm in on that. I love that I didn't continue the shtick of me forgetting you. Just throwing that out there.
My friend, there's a long show ahead of us.
Yeah, that's very true. Very true. To his to his right is the man, the myth, the legend. Some call him the Face, some call him Murdoch, but it's the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Poolside Pity Pat. How are we feeling, Patty Bing Bong?
I'll take all of those. By the way, I love you, Parker. Great to
Love
see
you too, Pat.
Did you hear Parker's new nickname? Sorry to break in. Did you hear?
No.
He is now known as Rico Suave.
I mean, he's the most handsome man on this show. So.
I appreciate, and I got a haircut last night.
Yeah, hence the reason why we started calling him Rico.
This is why not only should you listen to this show, you should also watch, because there's guys like Parker on, and he is just the most handsome man I've ever seen in my entire life, arguably. So, but I have 2 words for you guys, 2 words only, and that is Bing Bong. That's all I got. That's what I got for you.
All right. To his north and to my and to my left,
Rob liked that one. Rob liked
the parlay guy. We went from the handsomest guy to the 2 fat schlubs at the end. Rob, the parlay guy.
Come on, no.
Here, no. Hold on. I'm just going to tell you now that this fat guy would have took any of your girls if I wanted to, regardless of how handsome you were.
That is also very
at any point. I pulled way more than I should have in my lifetime, and I outkicked my coverage a lot.
A lot, dude. You and I both, homie. You and I both.
And I'm gonna tell you, like I told my friends, God made me fat so y'all could actually get some women.
Because you have a great
I'm looking for the women.
And now that I've lost 103 pounds, you're in trouble. That's all I'm saying.
He also has a neck the size of a sapping turtles, but that's
No, you guys chose Robin. CJ chose violence.
Yeah. 1,000%.
You get me. This is what happens. You get me down 6 units, and I start fighting.
Starts getting at it quick. I am CJ, and we are going to have a rip-roaring show today. We are talking round 2 of the NBA playoffs. By the time you're listening to this, 2 of the series, or 1 series will be at 3 games, or all of them will be at 4. I'm trying to remember now. This is crazy. Golden State, 1
It'll be entering game 3.
All of them will be a game 3.
Yeah.
Every single one of us will be into game 3.
Mm-hmm.
We got Pat crying. If you're watching this on YouTube, if you listen to this, I encourage you to go to YouTube to watch the full show. And like and subscribe.
I'm sorry.
It really helps out the program. Pat was asleep before this. He had no clue that this was going to happen. And now he's wide awake. He's more awake now than he will ever be.
I'm sorry.
Oh man.
Oh man, the shenanigans that we go through on a daily basis to get you the content that you guys want.
Freaking funny.
We are just the Betslips, where we promise you one thing and one thing only every day on the lives and on the end of this show, and that is to bring you the hot tips to help your Betslips. That's it. That's where we're going. And how we're going to help your Betslips today is we're going to talk about the remaining series in the NBA and where we think it's going to go. Now, to be very clear, 2 series are currently at the precipice of getting out of hand.
Yeah.
And
on the precipice.
Well, on the precipice. Let's be honest about it.
Pause. No, I was talking to Parker. You're good.
Oh, it's Parker. And then one is currently 1-1 in a series fashion that, to be expected, with how everything went. Like, you expected them to be close, and then you expected OKC to kind of assert their dominance with authority. But I think we have a couple shocks out there, especially in the East, as both underdogs are have a series lead here. And then we as we're recording this, the second game, the last series to get its second game, is happening tonight, which is Timberwolves and Warriors, who were underdogs in their own right in the first series and both got the job done. Sorry, Pat and your Lakers, but somebody's really excited about his Knicks, though. Let's go ahead and jump to both of those series in the East.
Bing bang. Bing bang. Bing.
The
Bing
amount
bang.
of people switching
Pat?
off of YouTube right now.
Yeah, I was about to say we
Bing bang.
so so that was too easy. It's literally just a button, and then he's gone. Anyway. So let's get into those series out in the East. And we'll talk about them. We'll get into it. The first game, Pacers beat the Cavs 121-112 in comeback fashion. Game 2, similarly, but it was a 1-point buzzer beater by Halliburton.
Yeah, it's my boy.
Do we think that this trend continues? Have the Cavs fizzled out, or do we think that they can make a move when it goes to Indiana and then right the ship, possibly win this thing in 7? Because I don't see this not going 7.
Yeah,
to be clear.
Yeah, I think it's going 7.
Pat?
No, I don't think this is going 7. I think that the Cavs are banged. They're too banged up. Like and we'll get to my Knicks. We'll get to all that. But I every team, like Steph, with the Warriors, like every team has banged up players.
Right.
The Cavs are just decimated. They were one of my teams that I constantly bet on this show during the season because they were one of the best. They're one of the best teams in the league. I mean, that's just a fact. And I mean, Garland hurt, Hunter hurt. Who's the other guy? There's one other
Mobley.
guy. Yeah. Everyone. They have too many of their main guys are just hurt. And will they suit up and try to play? Probably, but they're not at their full capacity. And I really do not think this series goes 7. I think the Pacers are. Like I said, we'll get to my Knicks, bing bong, but they're just not. They're not conditioned enough. They're not healthy enough. Pacers, on the other hand, are. And I think the people that, and you guys can speak on this and give your opinion, but I think the people that say Tyrese Halliburton is overrated,
They're wrong.
or whatever, are just wrong. And I mean, I was talking to a buddy today. Like, imagine if the Knicks had taken Halliburton over Obi Toppin. Like, what a different team that would be. And
For real.
he is legit. And the Pacers are they were there. They were here last year, so
Yeah.
they can
And
do
they
it.
got both Halliburton and Toppin.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's true. But yeah, no, I mean, I don't think it goes 7. I think the Pacers handle business in 5, 6. Only because of the injuries, and you guys can speak on it. I'll throw it to you guys, but the injuries that Cleveland is suffering right now is going to be the death of them, and it stinks because they are such a good team. But
Right.
I think the Pacers in the playoff in this situation are just too much to handle for the Cavs.
And to add to that too, like, really, Pat just hit all the points there. They're all just too banged up. Too many guys. They're like, I think all 3 of those guys you named are game time decisions tonight. But really, like, the Pacers took 2 from Cleveland in Cleveland.
Yeah.
Like, and now they're going to go back to Indy. They're going to take 2 there. I don't see this hitting 6. I see Indy taking this in 5. I think the Cavs are done. I think this whole season was just a wash, a sham, whatever word you want to put in there. This team is nothing. Indy next time.
To that point, though, I think if they were healthy, it would be different. But it is what it is.
Agreed.
If CJ and I may. Fraudulent?
Fraudulent.
Fraudulent.
Rob.
All right, we need to end the foolishness now. This is ending in 6. It's Cavs in 6. I said
Wow.
they are banged up, but let's be real. They've been playing with nobody, and they almost won both of those games. I know they're going into Indiana, but they're going to get Mobley back, which is more important to me than Garland, to be honest, for that team.
Agreed.
And Mobley back, and if they can get anything from Garland, and even without him, they can win. If they get Garland and Mobley back, games won't even be close. They'll win by 20. Like, the Pacers are good. They're not Cavs good. They are just they've been picking off one at a time, getting lucky at the end. It's not going to continue. The Cavs in 6. I just bet 20 on it today.
No way. Or what are we? I was going to say, what are we betting?
I already put 20 on Cavs in 6.
But me and you,
Wow.
what are we betting?
Is it just Cavs or Pacers here, or like what are we?
Well,
like I'll take the Pacers. He takes the Cavs.
That's fine. I'm good with it. Let's figure.
Halliburton jersey versus
Donovan Mitchell
jersey.
Do they make basketball jerseys my size?
Come on, get out of here.
I'm just kidding. Yeah, that's fine. I'm good with it. I'm in.
Shake it, and there's the shake. All right.
We might have another bet coming in a minute, just so you know.
For me?
In this series, and I'm not saying on the season or like overall, but in this series, Halliburton is outplaying Mitchell, and that's crucial.
Well, yeah, but I think Halliburton has his full complement of guys that he's been playing with all year. They have the chemistry. Yeah. Right now, that's not the case for Donovan Mitchell. And I'm not an excuse guy, but it is a thing.
The key is Mobley's out. Like he's played without Garland before.
Yeah.
It's Mobley.
Yeah. And Mobley's probably coming back in game 3. He's listed as questionable, but he's day to day.
I think
Hunter play.
Hunter too.
Hunter's also probably going to play tomorrow. Well, today, as you're listening to this. Yeah. But Garland is deemed questionable for game 3 with his toe, but he's probably out. But if it gets to 5, and I have to say if it gets to 5 because currently
It's fair. Yeah.
it
Right.
could end in 4.
It could.
That
It could.
Garland could be back in Game 5. That's their optimistic thought, is he's back in Game 5. Do I think that the Cavs win? Yes, I just think it's in 7. I think Indy wins one of these two, and then Cleveland goes on the run 5, 6, 7.
That's
and
fair.
they finish it out at home in 7. That's my prediction. I'm not putting any money on it because Lord knows I've been way wrong before, and I'm not trying to bet another jersey. It's going to burn my skin where I had to go to therapy for it. So I'm not buying something, and I'm not getting into that bet. However, I do believe that the Cavs will win this. I just think it's going to be in 7. And I think they're going to win the last 3 to do it. Because I think they win tomorrow night. I think the Pacers win Game 4, and then they run roughshod over them 5, 6, 7 when Garland's back.
Can I ask you guys something? I understand that toes and feet in general are important when it comes to playing basketball. I'm well aware of that. But like playoff basketball and your injury prognosis is a sprained toe. What?
You're almost better with a broken toe than a sprained toe.
Really? That's
I'm assuming it's his big toe.
Because you get tape. I think it's his big toe.
Okay, I'm not being facetious. I'm not trying to like make a joke or anything. Like I'm like genuinely curious to what you guys think about. Like you hear sprained toe and sitting out in a playoff series in basketball. I've never sprained. Oh, yep, yes.
To be fair, Derrick Rose was cleared for all basketball activities during that Brooklyn Nets series, and he sat out when Nate Robinson was banged up, when Joakim Noah had whatever that thing is that feels like there's needles on the bottom of your foot.
Plantar fasciitis.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Everybody was banged up, and he's sitting on the sideline, fully cleared to play, but he did not play that playoff series. So it's like it just depends on where his mindset.
Right.
I'm sorry.
Because of his toe?
No, because of his knee.
Yeah, it was a knee. Yeah. Here's what I'm gonna say. Derrick Rose is a you know what. I never liked Derrick Rose.
He is 100% a you know what. I co-sign that.
A little schoolboy.
Baby back.
Come on.
I'm not a fan of Derrick Rose. I'm sorry.
Bulls legend, Cal. Derrick Rose.
He deserves to get his number retired because he is the best player we've had since Jordan.
So
just because of that.
That is not a I mean,
that's like Colorado retiring Shador Sanders' jersey.
Very quick.
Yes.
Very quick. And we don't have to spend too much time on this, but this just popped in my head. Biggest what if in sports? Biggest what if? Derrick Rose has to be up there, right? Like if Derrick Rose never gets hurt.
Nobody played all right. Like he was okay.
He was MVP.
I mean, he was incredible before he got hurt.
That's the problem, though. The management never knew how to build around him. There was one year they didn't make a single change.
Yeah.
Well, like what are other big what ifs? I can't even think of anything off the top of my head. I asked the question.
Like what if they didn't get hurt?
Or just what ifs in general, like like Len Bias for
Right. I got a really good one. Pat Tillman doesn't go to war.
Oh wow, that is a good one.
Yeah, Sean Taylor didn't stay home that day.
Correct.
Yeah.
Another great one. I mean, there's a couple of good ones. I asked the question. I don't even have an answer. But
Pete Carroll,
Henry Ruggs doesn't decide to go 120 on the freeway.
Yeah. R.I.P. By the way, R.I.P. that lady and also that dog.
Correct.
By the way, Henry Ruggs is going to be in the NFL next year. Just so you know.
You think so? There's a chance.
100%. Yeah, 100%. Apparently, Josh Jacobs has been visiting him. He's been working out, and he's apparently in the best shape he's ever been in.
Which is insane.
Not hard.
Shout out. What's the movie? What's the movie with Sandler?
Longest Yard.
Longest Yard. Yeah.
There are a
there's
couple
plenty
other
out
what
there.
ifs. There's a couple that we're missing for sure. What if
Billy
Ted
Bean?
Jr. doesn't ever get hurt? Like he hits
Billy
800
Bean?
home runs. Yeah.
What if Ray Cruz found a better hiding place than the trunk?
What if the glove did fit?
What if Ray Lewis got caught?
What the glove did fit? Oh man.
What if he didn't write a book that said if I had to kill her?
There's you can have this both ways.
I mean,
We could go on with this for a long time.
yeah. I was gonna say we can do that what if talk for like.
If the glove don't fit, you must have quit.
Oh my God, the glove fit.
Oh,
Lock him up.
Brought the wrong glove to the court.
Dang it! I brought my driving gloves. To be clear, to be very clear, the best joke I've ever heard was Chris Rock. You can't hire Johnny. You hire Johnny, you look guilty. Yeah, but you're going home.
Right.
I'd rather look guilty at home or
Yeah.
innocent in a jail cell.
Yeah.
Again, one of the best. Anyway, there's that might be a podcast topic. One of these days, the biggest one in the sports.
I think we have to.
I think we have to. Write it up, Kel. Put it in the notes so we have that as a topic. Thank you.
The biggest
All right.
topic in sports.
All right, Cavs.
Yes.
Pacers, what do we got?
So everybody's got Parker. You're the only one that hasn't fully given yours.
I'm taking Pacers in 7.
Pacers in 7. All right.
My guy.
So we have 3 Pacers, 2 Cavs. Let's go ahead and jump to the other East series. Boston versus the Knicks. Don't do it, Pat. I'm going to remove you. So he doesn't realize that he's not here right now.
I think Pat needs to go last in this topic.
So here's the thing. Yeah, he's not coming back till he sits back down. So the Knicks. No, I gave him a chance. It's not happening.
Gave him a chance.
Yep. Nope. Okay.
Oh man.
You good now?
Nobody wants to see your mouth,
You can
dude.
do it all night.
I can do this all night, bud. Just say Bing Bong without going like to the screen.
Right.
Okay, fine. So back here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or, you could be where you were previous,
You
like
can
no,
be
not
normal,
like
yeah.
right there.
like
So leave
here.
him right there.
Yeah, little
here?
further back. Little further
here?
back.
No,
little further back.
against your chair.
But right there is perfect.
Yeah.
Bing bang, bing bang, bing bang.
Okay. All right. So now that he had his fun.
So Celtics Knicks.
So Celtics Knicks. The Knicks are up 2-0 in this series, going to New York. Paul Pierce was on a show
Yeah.
yesterday.
Oh no. Oh no.
Bing bong. Bing bong.
I'm blind right now.
Well, what are we doing?
That's a lot of white.
I'm sorry,
That's a
TikTok.
lot of white.
I swear.
I'm sorry, YouTube. I'm sorry, everybody. I can't. This is so
That's a
brutal.
lot of white. Like the driven.
That's my
snow
last
right
name.
Pat, the next time you do that, just make sure that you get the white filter done correctly on your camera, so you have the right. So you have the
Shade.
right. No, what's that? The
now. Balance.
no, there's like a shutter, not shutter, but like the right
Hey, I'm
aperture. Is it aperture? Maybe aperture.
I'm white, but I'm looking pretty svelte. Come on.
Listen.
No one's talking about. No one's.
We're not talking
No
about
one's
that.
talking about
We're
that.
not talking about that. We're just talking about the fact that we were all blinded by the light. Wrapped
Oh,
up in
I
it.
knew
That was bad. That was
pepper
bad.
spray.
It was really bad. Yeah.
It was rough. It was rough, dude. Like
That was
next
rough.
time, make sure you go to the pool before you take your shirt off.
Go to a tan in bed, bro.
Like, yeah, you weren't white. You were neon white. You made Barry Manilow look like a brother. Anyway,
Let me talk ping pong.
all right.
Do you
Yes,
want to start?
the
I
Knicks
figured
have
you want to
won
finish.
the first two. So
Oh,
Pat,
that's
go
a guy.
ahead.
Yeah.
you wanna finish?
Yeah, right there. Wow.
You want to finish? Okay. So
Yeah.
Rob, go ahead and start. Where do you see this series going?
All right, I'm going to start right here. And Pat, I'm sorry, And I'm going to give credit to where the credit should be done. Jalen Brunson, Egg McMuffin, Ian McLovin, Celtics in 7. Shout out to Shannon Sharp. Look, the Celtics. I don't know. I know Pat's is gonna disagree with every fiber of his being, and he's gonna have a lot to say when it gets to him. That's why I wanted him to go last, so he had the last word on this. The Celtics are by far a better team than the Knicks. It's not even close. Yeah, the Celtics blew 20-point leads. Brunson plays out of his mind in the fourth quarter, and Tatum likes to shrivel up in the fourth quarter. But do you expect this to happen for the entire series? No. Brunson stays hot. He has bad games. Tatum's not going to be bad in the fourth quarter forever. And overall, they're just a better team. All they need to do is play half better after they get a 20-point lead, and they win all of these games. The Knicks are good-ish, and the Celtics are championship bred. So, I just don't see this. I think it's going 7. I think that kind of like CJ said with the Cavs, I think it's split when they're in New York, and then they run through the rest, and they win in 7.
All right, so, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and go next. I also have Celtics in 7, and there's one reason why. Pat, I want you to listen to this. The Celtics.
Here we go.
Just remove them.
I can't with you. Okay. The Celtics as a team, can you guess what they shot as a team from 3-point land this year?
25%. Oh, I was saying.
As a team, 38% is my guess.
As a team, this year in the regular season, what did they shoot from behind the arc?
I thought it was 34, 33, 34.
Yeah, it's 34.6% from behind the arc, I want to say is what they were. I'm pulling it up. 32.8. My apologies. Oh, no, that's postseason. Whoop. Hold on. Regular season. Pulling it up. Oh, yeah, I was right. 36.8. Every once in a while, I get lucky. They shot 36.8%. Okay? They lost the first game. By 3 points. They shot 25% from the arc on 60 shots. So let's just say they went to their season average, right? So 60 multiplied by 0.368, 22, right? That's 7 more threes than they actually made because they went 15 for 60. They lost by 3. If you make 7 threes, just take the threes instead of a 2. Let's say they missed a 3, they got the rebound, got a 2, right? So that's worst case scenario, right? For adding points, that's 7 additional points, which means they would have won by 4. Again, we go to yesterday's game where they again shot 25% from 3, but they only put up 40 shots. Okay, so they made 10 as opposed to what their season average would have been, which is 14, 15, right? So that's an extra 4 or 5. Worst case scenario again, that's an extra 4 points added to their score, and they lost by 1, which means they win by 3. This Celtics team, if they just get back to even remotely close to what they were shooting from 3-point land in the regular season on average, they have won both of these games in the fourth quarter. I watched this Celtics team be down 20 points and to beat the Sixers because they got hot from 3. All they have to do is get hot from 3. If they get hot from 3, they're running this series over. I think it goes 7. I really do. I think it goes 7, but the Celtics will prevail. I will say this for the Knicks. They match up well. They're more physical than the Celtics, and the Celtics are old. So with them being more physical, it aids them. And that's what's kept these games close and probably what has led to the worst 3-point shooting percentage. However, I do feel like the Celtics will eventually get hotter from 3, and they're not going to be an all-time terrible 25% from 3 for the rest of this series. Parker.
I agree. I feel like everyone's copying it. I'm taking Celtics in 7. I'm sorry, Pat. I just it's plain like the Celtics are a better team. Like Tatum is not going to be that poor in the fourth quarter. Like he's not doing that. And like you said, like they're not going to be that terrible from 3.
13 points total for Tatum last night.
Yeah,
that's not going to happen.
That's not going to happen.
2 nights ago, as everybody's listening to this.
I mean, look, the Knicks, they're a solid team, right? I mean, Jalen Brunson's good, McCall Bridges, Josh Hart, and Anunoby. And I don't believe in Karl Anthony Towns. Like, I just don't, but he's a good player. So I just like the Celtics are battle tested. They won the championship last year. Like, give me the Celtics in 7. Like, it's gonna be a battle. Like, it's gonna go deep. But yeah, I mean, I just have more faith in the Celtics than the Knicks. So yeah.
All right, Pat, you right? I'm just kidding, Kel. I'm kidding.
Look at that. Look at you growing as a person.
You know me. I do the shtick.
But anyway, you guys all spoke the truth there. I just can't see the Celtics losing this series. I have to take them in 7, but to look at it from a different lens, they need to change some kind of game plan here because missing whatever, like the numbers you gave in 3s, whatnot, and they just kept putting them up. If we could do something else, drive to the hoop, mid-range J, anything, change it up, and you probably win these games. So I think this team is going to can't be that dumb to keep this same game plan going. Hot or not, they need to change something up. So I think they will do that. Like you guys have been saying, they're championship caliber team, battle tested, this, that, and so forth, which leads to the Celtics winning in 7.
All right, Pat.
Hold on, Pat. To your point, Kel, if Tatum drives to the hole on that game-winning shot, he gets fouled and they win the game anyway. It said he tried to do some jump turnaround. I don't know what, because he thought he was Jordan or something, and got swatted across the court. But whatever. All right, Pat. Now go. You can unleash now, Pat.
Just keep it simple. Keep it basic. That's all I'm going to throw.
How many bing bongs are we going to get to start this?
Good guy. Yeah, there's the smile.
There's the smile.
You can't hold it.
All right. First of all, this literally was like the ESPN when every analyst takes a certain team and then that team loses. Like literally all of you said Celtics in 7. So that being said, I think first of all, that's something to just be pointed out. Second, I'd like to ask all 4 of you a simple question. You can all answer. I think you guys know the answer. How many games have the Celtics won in this series, and how many have the Knicks won? Can somebody?
The Celtics have lost 2 games. The Knicks haven't won anything.
Well, no, because actually the Knicks have won 2.
But you're right. We could be wrong. It could be Celtics in 6.
So currently, just for the listenership, the viewership, thank you for listening. Just the Bets, a podcast that is with Fans for Sports Network. We also do a live show where we bet, where we make picks. We give you the hot tips to help your bet slips. I've won both my Knicks bets on this series because the Knicks won both games. Oh, and where were these games played? Can anybody tell me where these games were played? Please.
In the poop show known as TD Ameritrade?
Yeah, the fake garden. The fake garden. I may regret saying that on a live show. Don't get me wrong, because I am still scared of the Celtics. I will say that. That is a fact. I'm still very scared of them, despite the Knicks being up 2-0 because they won. Wait, bing bong. They won. Did they or did they not win 2 games in Boston? The Knicks. Can somebody tell me?
They did, yes.
Did they? Oh, they did. Okay, yes. So they did win. They actually won, like they won those games. And to my knowledge, that the playoffs are 7-game series. So you have to win what 1, 2, 3. You have to win 4, right?
That is
and
correct.
So the Knicks, to my calculations, are halfway to 4, right?
Correct.
Do I have that math right?
The
No,
Knicks,
you're right.
You're right. The Knicks are as close as they're ever going to be to winning this series right now.
Which is fair. You can, and you might be. You guys, look. I know I'm being coy. I'm being bing bong. I'm being all this. I am still absolutely terrified of the Celtics. Don't get me wrong. But this Knicks team is built to beat this Celtics team with the defense that they play. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but there's a team that was up 20 points 2 games in a row.
Right.
That lost. And the Knicks were the team that won. Am I right about that?
Yep.
Yeah.
So why not the Knicks is the question I'm asking. Why
I'm not saying it can't be the Knicks. What I'm saying is Boston has been, for these first 2 games, historically bad at what they are good at.
Yeah.
And what their game plan last year was, let's beat everybody by chucking up as many threes as possible, and we're going to make a third of them.
But
the problem is they've only made a fourth of them in this series, and that's the reason why they're down.
Yeah.
I want to offer you guys another thought. And look, you guys clearly are that's what you think. The Celtics 7, Celtics 6, whatever it is. There's a reason, in my eyes, why they have missed 75 threes in the first 2 games. That's because they cannot get inside on the Knicks. The Knicks defense is too tenacious. It's too much. They play so hard. They are the most conditioned team, arguably, in the playoffs. I would put the Pacers up there as well. They are the most conditioned team. They have dogs everywhere.
You have to
And if
understand
Karl Anthony Towns can score 20 points, I mean, they won yesterday, and Brunson only had 17.
Nobody shot well yesterday.
Mikal had 14 in the fourth quarter. That was the only points he scored. Like,
I'm pretty sure I've seen a high school game with more points in it. To be clear,
but again, I ask you, who won the game?
I'm not debating whether they won the game or not. I'm stating.
I'm just making sure that I'm making sure we're on the same
page. But they don't go to the middle. Like that's never Boston's game.
Right.
That's the reason why their lineup is the way it is. When your second tallest guy on your roster is a guy who chucks up 10 threes a game in Jason Tatum. Like
I just want to put this out there as the only one that is against the 4 of you. If Karl Anthony Towns can put up 20 points, if Karl Anthony Towns plays like he did last night in every game, the Knicks don't lose this series.
I'm going to tell you.
It's not even a question.
So here's the thing, and I'll let you finish after this. Karl Anthony Towns, up until this point, points-wise, has been doo-doo water, and I can tell you I know this because I bet him a lot, and I lost every bet that I put on the guy.
Yeah.
And the fact that so projecting the fact that a team that shoots 36% is going to always shoot 25%, and a guy who never scores 20 points is going to always score 20% just seems like wishful thinking and not realistic expectations. That's all we're saying.
Well,
we will know after game 3,
right?
Well,
right.
And while I hear that, Rob, and you are a very, very astute gambler, and you are one of the better pick maker on this here show. I again would like to ask you,
Don't even do it. Don't even do it.
Don't do
Don't
what?
even do it. Your
The
only
The
rebuttal
Knicks
for-
have won 2 games and they won it in Boston.
Oh,
Correct.
okay.
Your only rebuttal.
I'll
is
answer. I'll answer it before you ask. It's fine.
Your only rebuttal is they're up 2-0. A lot of teams have been
Big
up in
yeah.
series before, and it doesn't mean anything.
Well, I mean, 85% of teams that take 2 games on the road win the series. So that's an actual stat.
That isn't a
That's
stat.
fair.
It's a stat. I give you that.
That is a stat.
So, like,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it would be not only would it be historic if the Knicks pull this out, but it would also be historic if they don't. So
I don't.
That's
I
where
don't
I'm
know
at.
this to be true, but the 15% that did win were probably because they were teams that were largely better than the team that beat them in those 2 games, which is the case in this series. But it's fine.
Look, I am the sole Knicks fan here, right?
I appreciate you fighting.
Yeah.
No, and I'm not even. I'm like.
No.
Well, by fighting,
up the good front
I mean for your
for your
team, not,
squad.
not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't mean bad.
And again, I am terrified of the Celtics. Like, absolutely terrified. This is it's like what do they say? Like in hockey, like 2-0 is like the they say it in soccer too. I think like 2-0 is like the what's the words that they use?
I don't know.
The
I'm not a
least
soccer guy.
like safe lead in sports is being up 2-0. Like,
Yeah.
like that's how I feel right now. So like, don't take. I'm having fun. I'm very much having fun.
As you should.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
100% you should.
these games, this playoffs has been amazing. As a Knicks fan who's just been in hell forever.
I'm a Wizards fan, so
So like I'm excited. I think that this team definitely can beat the Celtics in a 7-game series. But am I at the point where it's a done deal? Absolutely not. But
I'm going to say this point, and then I'm going to let Kel
amazing.
go. I'm going to say this point, and I'm going to let Kel go. I will say this. If the Knicks do beat the Celtics, I don't care who comes out of the other set. I'll take the Knicks to beat either one of them.
Yeah, I agree.
Because I think the Knicks the Knicks match up with the Cavs better.
Yeah. Yep.
And I think they're better than the Pacers. So it's just a matchup thing for me that I will like the Knicks if they come out of this thing. The problem is the team that you need to worry about is Boston. Kel, go ahead and say your piece.
Can I say one more thing?
Yes.
Kel?
Quickly. Kel, go ahead.
Anyway, so all I was going to say is we have a lot of friends from Boston, and if this does not go Pat's way, they are getting a clip from this whole segment. I'm just
1,000% they should.
like,
Oh, I respect the hell out of this.
No.
no.
We're not saying that you don't, but what we're
Okay.
saying is half these bing bongs that are popping up on our screen are going.
If the Celtics win this series, every stream for the next 4 months, I'm going to be yelling "Bing Bong" to you.
like our banner picture is going to be a close up of you.
We might actually sponsor a parlay called the Bing Bong Parlay.
The Bing Bong parlay.
Can you guys, as my friends, as my confidants, it's fun. I mean, the fact
It is fun. I agree.
Oh yeah.
Listen,
Absolutely.
I am thrilled for you.
Right.
I'm just being the fan that's sitting here going, yeah, but like everything's gone right for them for these wins to happen.
No,
Right.
I agree.
And so that's why I'm sitting here saying what I'm saying.
If I'm wrong, I will be extremely happy for you. By the way, I'm not rooting against you. I just am looking at the stats.
yeah,
and I just don't see
It's
it.
the same way that all of you guys were for me when it was the Eagles in the Super Bowl. You were like, I think Kansas City's going to win it. However, I'll be stoked if the Eagles win it for you.
Right.
Like that's the same feeling I have for you. So that's where we're at.
Okay.
Let's go ahead out to the West. Let's talk
Can I
about
say one
the
more
game.
thing? Can I say one more thing?
Jeez, yes.
Just
I
remove
had a
them
perfect
right now.
segue.
Just remove them right now.
Go ahead, quick.
Yep, do it. Remove them. Do it. Thank you.
So let's go out west. Let's talk about the game that happened last night. Well, so Wednesday for everybody that's listening right now. Thunder Nuggets. Nuggets win game 1 in tight fashion, and the Thunder say hold my beer in game 2 and win by 40.
Yeah.
Which one of those games is going to be more indicative of the rest of this series? Is it going to be tight games where either team could win it, or do we think the Thunder, maybe the Nuggets, can start blowing people out? I doubt it. I doubt the Nuggets blow out. I think the only way the Nuggets win is if they're able to keep it close and they can possibly get some moves. We'll talk about who we think is going to win. I'm actually going to start because I feel like I'm on a roll here. I think last night was more indicative of the rest of this series. I have Thunder in 6. I think the Nuggets win 1 at home, but they lose. And it's going to be a tight one, 2-3 point game. But I think the Thunder win by 20. They win by 15, and then they win by 20 again. And they take this thing down massively because the Thunder are deep. They know how to beat Jokic. But if Jokic is magical, I give him another win because he's Jokic. But I'm not sitting here saying that it's not up in the air. I have Thunder in 6, but I think the Thunder's wins are going to be blowouts. I think the Nuggets win is going to be tight. I'm going to go ahead to Parker because he looks inquisitive.
I'm going to say Thunder in 6, even though I like the Nuggets a lot. I just think Jokic, he's not just going to lie over. In game 1, he had 42 points and 22 rebounds. Can he do that again? Yeah, he can because he's that good. But I'm going to take Thunder in 6 because the Thunder, they're the best team in the NBA. And I know they don't have the superstars necessarily, but as a team, they can move the ball, and I trust them a lot more. They've won 68 games this year.
Yeah.
68, that's crazy. You don't do that by happenstance. So I like the Nuggets a lot, but I have to go with my brain, not my heart. Thunder in 6.
Kel.
Oh boy. I'm going Nuggets in 7.
Whoa.
I'm gonna go Nuggets in 7, my friends. Where did my stuff go? Nuggets have experience. The Thunder are a very young and dominant team, but I think the experience outplays the youth. If that were I think Rob's gonna unload on me for the way he's looking at me right now. If I'm gonna continue. Yeah, I think the veteran nature of the Nuggets are just it's gonna be close, but I think Nuggets in 7.
Pat, I'm gonna go to you next. I'm gonna let Rob wrap this thing up. Go ahead.
Excuse me. If you aren't listening to the Sports GPS podcast, you should be, because those two guys, you two guys, just hit the nail on the head. Shout out, Kel. It's you guys said everything I would say. The only thing I would add is that they do have a superstar, Parker.
Yeah.
They have the
SGA.
presumptive MVP. Yes, thank you. It's just, but the way that you guys both explained it to me is exactly how I at least think it's going to go. Yes, Nuggets have the best player on the planet in Jokic, and he can definitely pull his shenanigans and mess around and win a game. But they showed it last night. They won by 43 points, or whatever it was, 149. Yeah, I think 43.
Whatever
they 40, whatever it was.
It was a lot.
It was 149.
They won by 40 points.
So 43, yes.
Yeah,
it was a lot.
A lot. So it's just when the Thunder want to, they can just turn that up, and they are the best team. They are young. They're fast. I was speaking about conditioning, about the Knicks, that they're conditioned. They have one of the best players on the planet as well in SGA. And it's not a knock on the Nuggets at all, because, again, love Jokic. He is the best player on the planet. That's not even a question. But it's Thunder in, I would even say, I was about to say 5, but then you guys convinced me that Jokic will steal one more. And it's Thunder in 6, and I that's one like we've talked about a couple of series. Like that's one that I would be absolutely stunned if the Thunder lose that series. So,
Rob,
you guys killed it.
I have a question for CJ. Can you look at how many points did the Nuggets win the first game by? Was it like
2,
2, 3?
2, 3, yeah.
2, 1?
Okay, so
Something like
Jokic
that.
went 42 and 22.
Yeah,
They won by 2 points.
1 by 2, yeah.
Even if Jokic goes 40 and 20 again, I don't think they win. I think this is over in 5, and I think the combined total win points, including the 43, is 100. I think they get 50. They win by 57 over the next 3, and they win this total. They sweep this thing in these last 3 games, and it's going to be a total win percentage of 100 points. I don't think this is going to be close. I think this next game they're going to win by 27 and like 20, and then the last game might be close because the Nuggets are going to put up a little bit of a fight and they win by like 10. Like this is going to be what it should have been in 4. It's going to be an annihilation. And I like the Nuggets and I love Jokic. And he's not the only good player on that team. Like the Nuggets are a good team. Murray is in the playoffs. Murray is amazing. He's even better in the playoffs than he is in the regular season. Like I'm giving them all the credit in the world. However, this Thunder team is destined for a championship, I think, this year, and I don't see the Nuggets slowing them down. Like it took God mode in the first game to even make it close, and for them to barely win, and I just don't see that slowing them down from this point on. Was it last night? Was it yesterday that they played? Yeah. So last night was very much what I think most people expected this series to look like. And I think that's what the rest of this series is going to look like.
Yeah, I tend to agree with you. I just think Jokic is good enough to steal one. That's he stole one in game 1. Right. I think he could steal another one. And that's the only reason why I say 6, because I give that much faith to Jokic.
I think in order for this to go to 6, Jokic has to drop 40 and Murray has to drop 30. I think they both have to be on fire. I don't think just one guy can do it. They both can. Don't get me wrong. 1000% I agree they can. I just think that that's going to be the game that happens in. I think OKC is still going to win. It's just going to be closer. And then the other two are going to be blowouts.
I don't disagree. Having also been a guy that said that the Thunder were going to win by a combined 100-point differential in the first round, I understand where you're at. I'm just like, Jokic wins 1, and it might be by 2 points, but he's going to steal another one.
Yeah,
let's go ahead and get.
Hard not to. Yeah.
Let's go ahead and get to the last series. Currently, as we're speaking right now, it is sitting at 1-1. The game is happening in an hour as we record. It's 7:30 right now. It is 8:30 when this game tips off. The Golden State Warriors won game 1, 99-88. It was an absolute barn burner. If you didn't get that sarcasm, sorry. But no Curry. And so they're going to rely on Draymond and Jimmy Butler. I have so much faith in Anthony Edwards to do what he did against the Lakers that I am going to sit here and say that they not only win tonight, again, as you're listening, you will know the results. I think they win tonight. I think they win both at home in game 3 and game 4. Both on the road in game 3 and game 4. And then they lose in game 5 and then win on the road. I think that out of these 6 games, 5 of which will be won by the road team. And the only road win that Golden State is going to have is this upcoming one. That's just my thought.
Yeah. I take T-Wolves in 5 because with Curry, Curry's already said he's not going to rush back. And like without Curry, I don't think the Warriors stand much of a chance against the Wolves. And I think Edwards Like, this is your moment. Seize it. And give me T-Wolves in 5.
Yeah, like Buddy Hield doesn't go for 24 points every game.
No. I mean, he might give you 15.
Yeah. That's just where I'm at with it. Keldon.
I missed a parlay with him at 12 one day, by the way, just so.
Yeah, that's rough. That's rough. I thought he was going to be the difference maker for the Sixers last year. Boy, howdy was I wrong.
Yeah.
Keldon, what are you thinking?
Yeah, I think it's Minnesota, and I want to say 6. I just want to keep giving too much like benefit to the Warriors, but I think 5 too. I have no other explanation to that. But without Steph, Warriors are nothing.
Yeah.
Playoff Jimmy. That's where I'm at. Poolside, pity pat.
Yeah. No, I mean, I hate to. I mean, I was the lone Bing Bong guy, but no, the Steph injury is brutal. You know what's crazy? I mean, he's 37, I believe, or however old he is. He has, there's guys that we can talk about forever about certain guys that do and don't change and adapt and, become better. And that's why he's one of the greatest of all time. He's gotten stronger. He's clearly, has so much gas at the end of the game, at the end of games, more than a lot of guys that are way younger than him. And for him to go out with that injury, it's tough. I mean, it's even if he is able to come back, he's not going to be the same. And that's the difference. And he is the difference maker. And not that they would have potentially won with him completely healthy, but it turns this into a potential 7-game series into it's Wolves in 6 at the most. Just like we talked about with the Nuggets, the playoff Jimmy could potentially steal a game, but I just don't see that happening. The Wolves are younger. They're again more just they're healthy. They're healthier, I guess you could say. No, it's Wolves, but to that point, and I guess we could talk about it on another podcast, but I don't think anybody's beating the Thunder in the West. So we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But yeah, it's Wolves in 5 or 6.
Exactly. Rob?
Yeah, so I'm going Wolves in 6 as well. So Steph Curry's going to come back. Probably not this game, but the game after, or it may at worst the game after that. I think Steph will have a game where he puts up like 10 threes, and that's why they get one more win in this series. That's not sustainable for a series. It's just going to be a 1-game thing. Mm-hmm. Anthony Edwards played out of his mind in that Lakers series, which made me a liar because I really thought the Lakers were going to have a decent run in these playoffs. But Anthony Edwards, just between that and the defense, they just went off in that series. And I think Anthony Edwards is probably going to drop 30 tonight. And I think tonight's going to be ugly. I think I took now that I reconsider, I took a bet at 10.5 with the Warriors today. And I think I made a mistake because now I'm thinking about it. I think they're going to lose by like 30. I think it's going to be a blowout tonight. Murray's good, but that's a lot to have to put on his shoulders to be fair. And Draymond Green does a lot of things, but scoring points is not one of them.
No.
He did drop 40% from 3 in game 1.
Right. Yeah. And what was that?
18.
That was yeah. I mean, that 18 is the most ridiculous number I've heard from him. Like, you probably got plus 500 on that. Like, I don't even know if they let you go that high on the alt spread.
On the alt during that. The other piece too, and this is how I'm gonna wrap this up. Minnesota is not going to go 1 from 13 from 3 on their starters.
Right. Yeah.
Like, that's not gonna happen.
Nope.
DiVincenzo, for only the 4th time all year, didn't have 2 threes in a game. Like, that doesn't happen.
That's a wild step.
What's even wilder
is
the
most automatic two threes in a game all year.
What's even wilder about that makes me angry because I did not know that stat is I have bet him exactly twice to go for 2 threes, and both times he missed, and it was only 4 times he did it all season.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was 4 times.
So I bet him in 50% of the games he did not go for the 2 threes.
That is unreal.
Yeah.
I did not know that stat. That stat makes me sad, actually.
That's why this is the greatest gambling show on the planet.
Well, he had like a 37 straight.
Yeah, he did.
Like 2-3 games. Like,
right.
You know, I'm
the first one I bet him it was the game that he snapped out.
That blows my mind. That's insane.
Yeah, it was insane this year. Like he kept averaging 2 threes. Like it was just he was always getting 2. He would like sometimes he get 3, sometimes he get 4, but it was like almost automatic that he'd get 2 threes in a game.
He's the one guy.
It doesn't happen.
He's the one guy I really wish was still Nick, but we'll see what happens.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Him and Hartenstein.
Shout out to Pope, by the way. Villanova.
Actually, I'm gonna let everybody stew on this for a second here. I'm gonna let everybody fester on this.
Yeah.
The first American Pope. Shout out the Pope. Shout out the White Smoke. But he's from Chicago.
Yep.
Does that mean the Cubs or the Bears win the championship this year? We'll find out what we think on the opposite side of this commercial break.
Boy.
Welcome back to Just the Betslips. I left this off with a cliffhanger.
Yes, you did.
And so I have to ask the question, Kel, of the 2 teams that I mentioned before we hit this commercial break, Cubs or Bears, who's more likely to win their championship? Don't cop out and say both or neither.
As a Chicagoan, I would say both, but you're like tying my hands here, so I can't.
Correct.
I'm going with the Bears over the Cubs.
Wow.
Absolutely. I think that we'll get to you in a second, Pat. I think that pitching staff may become the death of them by year's end with the injuries that they've had and whatnot. Cade Horton, God bless him, comes out and becomes Rookie of the Year or something, sure. Makes a big run. Not saying
Mick Abel for Ryan Presley.
I'm sorry?
It's on the table. Mick Abel for Ryan Presley? On the table? On the table?
Still no.
He's got a 10K per 9 right now. ERA sub of 3. He was a number 1 overall draft pick. Well, first round draft pick.
Yeah.
Still no.
Still no.
Sorry, I tried. Hey, Pat, Mick Abel for Ryan Helsley?
No. But it's probably going to happen, though.
If I put in
No, I'm not. I'm not putting my hand
Ducon? No? Okay, fine. All right. Pat, so you're saying Bears. That's crazy. Pat, go.
How's that crazy? Wait a minute. Wait, I'm going to interrupt Pat here. I'm sorry. How is that crazy?
You're good.
Because you have 2 people on this panel that have teams that are better than the Bears.
There are a lot of teams that are better than the Bears.
in their own conference. In their own conference.
That's a lie. That's a lie in itself, but continue.
But continue.
You're saying in the conference, in the NFC conference.
No, I take that back. I was thinking I had division on the brain. Go ahead.
Yeah. Now, division, I think there is one team clearly better. I think, and the other 2 teams are right there.
Yeah.
Detroit is clearly better.
Right.
And then I think Green Bay and Minnesota. The only reason why I don't love Minnesota is I don't know what you're getting out of J.J. McCarthy.
Right.
So I could very easily see Chicago finishing 4th in that division with a plus 500 record.
This is just making me. I miss football so much.
I understand. I'm just saying it's a wild case, Kel. Wild case. The Cubs are going to win their division, and you're not guaranteed to win your division with the Bears. You're going to take the Bears. Listen, it's crazy. Just throwing that out there.
I think you're crazy, but continue, Pat. Go ahead.
Pat, go ahead.
The Pope, Villanova, Knicks Knicks in 6. So there you go. That's all I had. That's all
Okay.
I got.
That was
All
the most
right.
random
Fair.
segue in the history of segues.
Fair enough. All right, let's get into everybody's favorite new segment, and it's the last segment that we're going to do until the end of baseball season. Where are you going this weekend? What series of the weekend in baseball do you want to go to? And this weekend sets very, very interesting. Very interesting.
Yep.
I don't know where to go.
Parker, I'm going to let you start, and then we're going to go to Rob, and then we're going to go to Pat, then we're going to go to Kel.
Hold
then
on,
we're gonna-
pause for a second. Sorry.
Okay.
I had to go and I didn't get to talk about the Bears, and I have to talk about the Bears. So,
Yes.
so first of all, Kel's take was as bad as his bets last month.
Oh, no.
Oh, wow, he chose
No,
violence.
no,
Oh,
no.
wow.
Don't do that to my boy. How could you do that to my boy?
So the answer is the Cubs. The Bears are going to not win more than 7 games.
That's a wild take.
The Bears will not win more than 7 games. Caleb Williams will throw at least 12 picks.
That's even wilder than the last one.
He's going to fumble 4 times. He's going to have 16 turnovers next year.
You think he's going to do worse next year than he did last year?
I do. I think he got lucky in a lot of the games he did well. In the games he didn't do well, he looked like I thought he would. Doo-doo.
Dude, he's got a better O-line and like brand new weapons. Are you serious right now?
CJ, do that again.
The better O-line is why he's going to throw more picks because he has more time to throw the ball now.
Yeah.
A better
Just
O-line doesn't
cracking
make
with the
you.
people's
A better
elbow.
O-line does
Yeah.
not make you read the defense any better.
A better O-line gives him more time to find his receivers.
No, it
You
gives him
know,
more time to
Ben
throw the
Johnson,
ball
he
to
doesn't
the other
have a-
team is what it gives him more time to do.
Yeah, you're crazy. You're crazy.
And the Cubs are actually a good team, so that's why I'm shocked that you said this.
They were a good team, but that pitching staff is going to be the death of them. by the end
Only
of the
one
year.
of these two actually have a snowball's chance of winning anything.
No one said if it's actually going to happen. That was just the question that this one gave to me.
Hey, guys, I had 2 hurricanes and a corona. That'll be 2020.
Oh,
Just sitting on that tea.
Oh, wow.
Like, yo, wild, dude. Rob out here giving the people's elbow to Kel.
Rob's
Just-
just out here telling lies, but okay.
Look, we can bet on it.
That's
I got 5 on it.
I'm not just saying it, say it. I believe it.
That's 2 cry laughs this episode.
Oh, man.
If the Bears win more than 7 games, I'll buy a Caleb Williams jersey. And I hate Caleb Williams.
And if they don't
What
win
was our
more
bet?
than 7 games,
Didn't we have a bet?
Yes, we do. We'll worry about that one in a minute. We're working about on this one right now.
Calm down, one bet at a time, Pat.
time.
If they do win, then you have to buy a Jaden Daniels jersey.
If they don't win, you mean?
I mean, no,
Yeah, if they don't win-
if they
Is
win
7
more
the
than
push?
7.
Is
7
push?
7 is my number. Oh, 7 is a push. That's fine. I'll
7's a
take
push.
it. Yeah, we can do
So
7 as a
if
push.
the Bears win more than 7, you have to buy a Caleb Williams jersey. If the Bears win 6 or less, he has to buy a Jaden Daniels jersey. 7's a push.
Yes.
Does
Shake
it have
on
to be- Does it have
Shake
to be
on
jer-
Huh?
I'm asking the
Jersey,
question.
jersey.
Hold on.
Jersey,
Oh, yeah,
jersey.
I'm good with any of that. Yeah.
Okay, that was
Yeah.
my question.
Shake on
Yeah.
it.
I'm not making anybody spend $100 on a jersey.
Shakes are in. Shakes are in.
Yeah.
It is official. Let's get to the segment. Where are you
Oh.
going this weekend?
Unbelievable.
As we're finally here. Parker, where are you going this weekend?
All right. If you listen to the Sports GPS, you're going to see my eliminator pick. So I'm not going to go that route on who I'm picking. I'm going to go at Royals. They play the Red Sox. I want to see Garrett Crochet and Cole Reagans on Saturday. Mike Lorenzen's pitching for the Royals tonight. So yeah, some of the pitching matchups aren't amazing, right? Like Friday night, but like the Royals are playing great ball. Like I think they've won 6 in a row. The Red Sox are playing well. I have the Royals winning the division, huh? So I'm going to Kansas City, and I heard they have good sushi there. That's what Mark DeRocha told me on MLB Central, that they have good sushi in Kansas City.
Good sushi at Kauffman Stadium. Who would have thunk it?
Yeah, who would have thought?
Keldog, where are you going this weekend?
I am actually, speaking of the Cubs, I am actually going to New York to watch the Cubs take on the Mets. I know in New York, rat infested, like garbage infested, not a lot to do there, very gross smelling city. But I am going there specifically because, God, this whole bet has got me not thinking. Because Cade Horton is expected to pitch on Saturday, and I would love to see him. That's making me laugh. What are you doing?
What's wrong?
Just so we can get through the segment.
Appreciate that. All right, but anyway, I want to see Cade Horton pitch on Saturday. Boyd is going to pitch on Sunday. He's been very solid as of late, and I hate the Mets, so I'd love to see the Cubs take that series.
Plus, you also want to get an intimate picture like Pat did with Mrs. Met.
I certainly do.
Pat,
How did we just gloss over? Good.
What are you
What's the problem?
Good sushi at Kauffman Stadium.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
It's the word on the street.
I can't. Oh,
and in all fairness, if anybody's gonna not steer you wrong, it's Mark DeRosa. Shout out, Mark DeRosa. Never gonna steer you wrong. Because Pat's still laughing. Let's go to Rob. Rob, where are you going this weekend?
Hey, Kel, just so you know, that was not garbage you smell in New York. That is the Knicks.
Oh, come on. What is that? Oh, dude, Bing Bong. What is that?
Oh,
What is that? Oh,
Bing Bong.
Somebody's taking over the greatest shooter in the league. It's no longer John Morant. It's Rob.
Rob, what is our bet?
Whoa.
Halliburton and who? DJ, stop. What is our bet? I forget what our bet is.
I don't even remember at this point.
Like
We'll
replay the footage later.
Was it Halliburton and Brunson or something? I don't know.
No, it's Cavs and Pacers. So it's
Cavs and Pacers. That's what it was.
Whoever wins the series.
Yeah. Sorry,
Donovan Mitchell and Halliburton.
Yeah,
that's what it
Mitchell.
was. That's what it was. Okay,
that
I
was
couldn't
just
remember.
an unreal.
Thank you, our stenographer Parker for that.
You're welcome.
He went back through the notes. We already used Arkansas. We already used AR for our Arkansas.
Thank you, Parker.
I've gone off the rails so much I've forgotten where we're going right now. What am I answering now?
Where are we going this weekend?
Where are you going this weekend? What series? If you had unlimited money, where are you going? What series are you going to?
I didn't do a lot of research on this because I was trying to put a bet together for the stream we did right before this. What are the Braves pitching matchups? Do you know, Parker? Is Schwellenbach playing this weekend?
No, he's pitching tonight.
It's tonight, okay.
And they're playing the Pirates this weekend in Pittsburgh. So Chris Sale's pitching, Smith-Shawver's pitching.
Smith-Shawver, okay. So Smith-Shawver is low key been one of our best pitchers this year.
Yeah, I mean, he was throwing a no-hitter through 8.
Yeah,
into 8.
Yeah.
I think he's going to turn out to be much better than I anticipated. So every matchup he's in, I'm looking forward to. Mm-hmm. And if I had unlimited funds, I would go a large bag on 7 Ks in his next start this weekend.
Ooh. So he's going to Pittsburgh to watch his 7 Ks.
Yes,
it's a lovely ballpark. So
fair enough.
I do. Yeah, it is a nice ballpark. I wish it was against Skeens so I could say the Braves own Skeens just like somebody else I know, but I'm not gonna name names. I'm not gonna name names, but it rhymes with a cat, and you put a P instead of the C. But
no, you're not gonna mention any names, but his initials are PJ Matthews.
PJ Matthews.
Well, I still haven't said that name.
Pat, speaking of your cousin PJ Matthews, where are you going this weekend?
He's a great guy. Actually, I was just looking at it, and because I thought I was just going to go chalk with my Cardinals, but who are just god awful on the road. So this is a big road. They're awesome at home, and they're awful, and they're 4-13 on the road. I mean, that's bad. So we'll see what happens this upcoming road trip.
In Washington.
There's a couple of good series, guys. I mean, this is going to be a fun weekend of baseball. I did like the Red Sox Royals. I was going to do Cubs Mets, but I mean, Yankees Athletics is also another fun one. But I'm going to go Rangers Tigers. I was looking at the pitching, similar to what you guys have been doing. I mean, we got Corb. It's not the guy that deserves it,
Corbin.
but yeah. Can you say it? Can you just say his last name, CJ?
Benz.
Well, no.
Oh, Corbin.
Yeah,
Patrick Corbin.
Thank you. It is Mr. Corbin and Scooble on tomorrow or today, I guess, as you're listening to this. Saturday is DeGrom and Flaherty, and then Sunday is Valdi and Reese Olson, has looked very good. So, a couple of really good pitching matchups. And I mean, I just think that would be fun. It'd be fun to be that the Tigers are a fun team right now. One of the best teams in the AL. They're 13. Speaking of my Cardinals, who are horrible on the road, the Tigers are 13-3 at home. Like, they're just unbelievable. And maybe not as good as the aforementioned Cardinals at home, but I think that would be fun. I think the Tigers going down to Detroit. I don't know why I hesitated on that. Tigers Rangers. What a series that you might not have thought would be interesting in May. Now that we're here, seems way more interesting. So send me to Detroit.
All right. I'm going to go a little off the wall.
I'm not going to read that, Kel.
Read what?
I'm going to go a little off the wall here. I myself am not going to go to a major league series this weekend.
Whoa. Savannah Bananas?
No, I'm not. I'm not.
Dang.
I am going to go.
Uh-oh.
I know. It's crazy. I'm going to go to Huntsville, Alabama.
Whoa.
And I'm going to go see the Rocket City Trash Pandas versus the Montgomery Biscuits. Two of the greatest names in all of minor league baseball. Rocket City Trash Pandas facing off versus the Montgomery Biscuits. Not because of anybody specifically, but purely because it's the Trash Pandas versus the Biscuits. Like, you can't go wrong with this. Plus, for me, personally, I have family in Huntsville, Alabama for Rocket City, and so I wouldn't have to spend money on a hotel room. So that makes it a little easier for me. So, yeah, I'm going to go down and check out the Montgomery Biscuits versus the Rocket City Trash Pandas this weekend. That's where I'm going. I'm going to check out some AA ball. I'm going to try to get picked to go do the stupid, crazy stuff in between innings where you're making a Chick-fil-A sandwich with 2 green pillows and a couple of buns. I'm going to try to do like the toilet seat toss for horseshoes with a that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to go check out 2 of the greatest names in all of minor league baseball, the Rocket City Trash Pandas versus the Montgomery Biscuits.
All right.
Pat, go ahead.
That was the correct answer, by the way, for this segment. That was the correct answer. And I am currently looking up Trash Panda jerseys. So I'm in love with that.
That is kind of awesome.
Go ahead, Rob.
I do have one that's non-sports, but it's sports entertainment. I would go to Backlash.
Oh, that is Sunday.
All right.
Let's go.
Yeah.
All right.
One last time, Randy Orton, John Cena. Let's go.
That's going to wrap it up for this episode of Just the Betslips, where if you're watching live and, whenever you're watching it, if you check us out on live, on X, on YouTube, at Just the Betslips, we promise you one thing and one thing only. We'll get to that here in a second. But for all of us here, Parker White, CJ Holly, Kellen Sherman, Robert Orfield, Patrick Geary, all of us here at Just the Betslips, we want to provide you with one thing and one thing only, and that is to bring you the hot tips to help your bet slips. Check us out live tonight as we're going to have another cast of characters tonight as you're listening to it. Nightly, every night, even podcast night, we're going to give you a quick one from now on. Every single night at 6 o'clock and every weekend at noon. Check us out. We would love to have you along for the ride, and we appreciate everybody coming in. Just the Betslip style. Like and subscribe if you're on YouTube, and like the podcast if you're listening to it on Apple or Spotify. Thanks for jumping in, and we will catch y'all next time. Later.